Well, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Connie Myers. So this must be to 70 and beyond. And I want to tell you a little story this morning. About 4 months ago, I'd written a course for the California Association of Realtors on leadership, and they were interested in some other topics. So one of the topics was on disasters. So I've had several previous lives, and in one of my previous lives, I spent 7 years as a FEMA inspector going out on disasters. And it has had nothing to do with any part of my previous background, except that my husband and three other people, we actually built one of the largest home inspection networks in the country, that we had done some contract work. And when we did the contract work, when the Northridge earthquake happened, they contacted us because they needed inspectors. So we brought in several inspectors, and that was my inspector. Well, I always tell people, everything you do in life happens for a reason. And since I've been doing to 70 and beyond, and life coaching and leadership training, I've always wondered what that life as a FEMA inspector, why that came into my life. And well, when I got if there was anybody out there that could write a disaster course, it's always been a passion of mine to write a handbook, because as a FEMA inspector, you see things that you wish the public would have known. One little tidbit I'll give you right off the bat is that if you live in a single-story house and you're keeping your pictures in a move, because that's one of the first things that people get upset about, that they lose their pictures. So make sure they're in a safe place. That's just one example. And I've always wanted to write about tidbits that they don't really say urgency kit. Everybody knows you need to have a plan, but there's some other things that people just don't really think about. Well, so writing this disaster course, I finally went, aha, crystalline moment. Now I know why I did the 7 years as a FEMA inspector and trainer. So if you've had something in your past life that you're like, I don't know how that fits with my life's plan, just wait, because you'll find out. There's always a purpose for everything. So this morning, I want to talk about how you recognize and how you let those things happen in your life. I had no idea. I mean, I really contemplated what this stint as a FEMA inspector was all about. I actually was physically addicted to the job. I would come off of a disaster, and I would literally get sick. Excuse me. Anyway, so what in your life have you done? And is your life going? And are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? The way you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing is when things start showing up in your life that you're like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. And I know you've had that happen to you. When you are going down the path you're supposed to be going, living your life's purpose and having a vision, then those kinds of things just kind of show up. And for me, this disaster course has turned into something. It's really relit the passion that I had as a FEMA inspector, and it's something that I've always in the back of my mind wanted to do. Excuse me. Anyway, so I want you to think about what is your passion. I want you to think about what it is that you want for your life, and let's say that you want to change careers. Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do. What is the first step you can take with what you have and where you are right now to make that happen? For me, getting this disaster course, and it is turning out to be an amazing course. It's going to be a 3-hour course, and then it's going to be part of a certification package that I'm really excited about writing. And I really think it'll really help change how people look at disasters, and maybe even save a couple lives. So for me, having that just show up in my life was a true gift. The other thing that I've been kind of pondering is, we built this large home inspection business, and what was that all about? What part did that have with what I'm doing now? And I can't really go into what it is yet because it's still in the development stages, but believe you me, it's also coming full circle for me, and it fits right in with the leadership training that I do. So I want you to really seriously think about if things are not going right in your life, which for me, before Tom died, nothing was going well. Things would go right, and then all of a sudden they'd all go bad. So it was because I wasn't living my life's purpose. I wasn't creating a vision. I wasn't doing all the things that God and the universe was trying to get me to do. And Tom was my wake up call. He was my brick wall that I had to start reevaluating. And now I am loving what I'm doing. I'm loving the passion that I have for it. I'm loving getting up every morning. I'm loving doing 270 and beyond. And none of that would have happened if I hadn't had that brick wall. So I'm grateful. And you need to look at whatever the brick walls are in your life and figure out, okay, what is it that I'm really supposed to be doing? And figuring out how you'll know when you're on the right path, when things just start kind of popping up that you had no clue. Henry David Thoreau talks about it in this experiment. New, more universal, more liberal laws will come in their place, or old laws will be rearranged to your benefit. Now I'm paraphrasing, but basically it means that when you are doing and going the path you're supposed to be going, things will show up, and I can promise you, you'll be amazed at where they come from. Last week I talked about Brian David, the chef that I've met, and how I put it in my vision about 3 years ago that I wanted a man in my life. And the man has showed up. He's an incredible. We're doing something called Chefing Through Life. So if you haven't seen it yet, stay tuned. We're going to be doing it immediately after I do to 70 and Beyond next Saturday. But we did one yesterday talking about your life is a scramble. So if you haven't seen it, it's on my Facebook page. Go and watch it because it's a lot of fun. Anyway, so this week the message is your life going exactly the way you want it to go? And if not, examine it. What are the clues that are out there? What are the shifts? What are the course corrections? You know, they're never failures, they're just course corrections where we're trying to get on the path we're supposed to be on. So my message this week, live your passion. And when you're living your passion, all of a sudden things will just show up in your life to help you move forward and take that next step. And it starts by taking one step with where you are and what you have right now, today, at a little after 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. So I hope you have a fabulous week. We are loving the weather. It's finally cooled off here in Vegas. I won't be inside very much for the next few months. So I hope that you are, wherever you are, it's an absolutely beautiful day. And if it's not very pretty out, make it your own beautiful day. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye now.